All right. Yep. So I have the other slides here also explain on these areas of safety in construction that you can actually read through as well. And these are, talk about what is occupational safety and health. It's about the welfare of the people in a work environment. And then, what is it for? It's for the morale, is for the economics, it's for the social reason, it's about legality, it's part of civil law. So these are items that you must, these are examples of the slides that I was talking, of the science that I was talking about. So here, how can it be done? So you must put it down. You must identify who are the people involved. What are the communication mode. How do you manage, each day, on when the contractors and the workers come in, and then you can have all these paperwork, all these examples of what to do, and what is their rights and all that, and these are actually part of your health and safety committee, and these are the management safety management system, setting up of safety policies, organizing, planning, measuring safety performances. These are what we've been talking about. Okay. And Yes, and the other aspects which I want to talk about. So this notes is actually supplementary to the safety, construction safety that I was talking about. So you can read this and then read through the other one. They are just complementary with one another. Okay, and the other thing that I want to talk about is about the specific procedures, like for example scaffolding. A lot of places like scaffolding using bamboo, and and high, for high rises, and how they construct certain scaffolding. These are very important. It must be in the safety plan. So scaffolding work, whether it's by bamboo or whether it's metal or steel scaffolding, the work procedures of how to construct that scaffolding must also be listed in your construction program, a safety program, because that really directs to deal with the safety of the workers. And also your and also you need to, and especially if those program also involve road work, a public road, you must have very specific work safety procedures, if with regards to digging of the trenches, or with regarding to putting up of procedures to safeguard the traffic, like how we have some flatmen, like how when you construct a road or drain or whatever, sometimes you close one side of the road, you need to have flatmen. Those flatmen, how do they work? How many minutes they work on turning one side of the traffic and then stop the other side of the traffic, and how fast the other side of the traffic will go, and how to safeguard the overall safety of the road users and all that. Then it must be in a safety plan. So there are specific works related kind of safety plan that must be included in this safety program. We're not just talking about, this site you must wear helmet, you must wear boot, you must, put up toxic sign, you must put up hazardous, you must put out a mask, you must put out tanks, you must spray water on the ground how many days. These are all day, these are all day. But when we talk about specific works like road work, civil works, scaffolding works, these are some of the very specific works that really require specific procedures that needs to be written down very clearly in the work program, in the safety program. Okay, and safety, when you write it down and put it down on paper of what to do, you must also, like quality, have a measurement. So there must be certain numbers of checking, recording, and measurement of the performances, and usually is checklist lah. So far is checklist and procedures list of whether they go through the specific procedures witnessed by certain people and all that. So it must be there. And so when we talk about performances, we talk about a specific measurement of the actual versus the plan. So we plan all your safety in the program. What sort of like checklist do you have? What sort of how many key members are actually checking every day, every week, and how many time they check, and how many time they serve warnings, and how many time they record down incompetency or non-compliances. All this must be recorded and work out into a statistic, and be reviewed week by week. So actually for program of 5 million and above now, they do expect you to have a proper safety officers on site, and it is a cost, it's a very big cost incurred, but this safety officer will do all this program. They will look after the performances, they will look after all this. And in case these costs are there, but in case something do happen, you can be penalized like with hundreds of thousands of ringgit, and you may as well keep a person there, and if they look into all these procedures and it is being carried out and it's not being missed, then you're pretty much safe. You are being guarded as doing reasonably, the reasonable standard of the industry. So we must keep that reasonable standard. So main thing is you cannot over expect, you cannot over expect, because it is after all construction site, it is after all dirty environment, it is after all unclean, it is after all difficult to manage like 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 people on site. It is difficult, and you are managing people who are actually having like primary 6 education or form 3 education, who just doesn't understand safety. So it can be difficult. So what is the reasonable standard? And like I say, a lot of this death and a lot of these accidents are act of God. You cannot really prevent it in circumstances. It's very freaky. People get run down by excavator. They get wheeled over by excavator because the brake wasn't pulled. Things like that. It is horrendous. Like the accidents that we had was actually really weird as well. It's really freaky as well. So. But having to say that, it does not mean that you don't do it. My whole gist of the whole lecture is you must carry out whatever that is reasonably expect of you as a contractor, as a designer, as a client of the job, and then at least doing all your construction safety program, putting up all your signages, writing down all the procedures, and communicating these procedures to your workers, educating them, teaching them, and then you have a group of people, members, to look after these items and check all these items and make sure that they do carry out. If there's non-compliances, they record the non-compliances of that particular fellow, and then at the end of the day, if nothing happens, good, by all means, everything is happy, we have a happy ending. But if something do happen, all these paperwork are there, all these items are there, all these are recorded, and all these are being judged by all these department, and you'll be found that you are doing reasonable industry standards, and you should be all right as a professional person in the industry. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about in terms of safety. Okay, so and next week onwards, we're talking about construction site management. It'll be 2 weeks, and it'll be 2 lecture followed by risk management, and then we move on to economics for week 12, and then we'll talk about legal and construction administration in week 13 and 14, and last lecture will be on arbitration, like what we call it, dispute resolution, and also examination. Okay, examination of your tips and all that. Okay, so this is how we're going to be planning out the next week. This is week 10 now. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so by week 11 we will do risk management with economics, and then finish up economics week 12, and we'll do law in construction week 12, and then week 13 fully on contract administration. Week 14 will be more on exam classes and also exam training and all that, and plus the dispute resolution. Okay, thank you.